This is the Daily Pulse. I'm Travis Zimmerman from Speak My Word Ministries. We're in a continuing series on some of the many lessons parsed out episode by episode here, what God taught us on our nationwide trip across this beautiful country of ours. God bless America. The episode today is entitled Reflections from Breaking Bad on Site. Reflections from Breaking Bad on Site. Now, this is a touchy subject. Breaking Bad, like when you say, why are you talking about Breaking Bad? Let me get into that in a moment. I'm going to go first to the scriptures I'm going to tie it to. This is specifically out of the book of Jonah, a very short book, only 4 chapters in length, and a famous story where Jonah, of course, swallowed by the whale. God tells Jonah to go to Nineveh to tell them they are sinning, and Jonah's like, no, I'm going to go the opposite direction. He gets swallowed by a whale or a great fish. Finally, Jonah has a change of heart and realizes, wait a minute, I need to obey God. The whale spits him out, and then he does indeed go to Nineveh and report to them what God has said to him. Now, where I'm taking you specifically here is Jonah is sitting in the belly of the great fish or the whale. And this is a critical part of what he says. This is Jonah chapter 2, verses 8 to 9. Can you imagine it be dark and dank, stinky, yuck? You think you're going to lose your life, but this is what Jonah concluded. This is just beautiful. Jonah chapter 2, verses 8 to 9. Those who cling to worthless idols forfeit the grace that could be theirs. But I, with a song of thanksgiving, will sacrifice to you. What I have vowed I will make good. Salvation comes from the Lord. So Jonah realizes in the belly of the whale that he needs to obey God. And God is telling him to go to the Ninevites. Your idolatry, the way you're doing things right now is not pleasing to God himself. So, and Jonah, out of fear, of course, fled. Now, how does that relate to Breaking Bad? My bride grew up in Albuquerque, New Mexico. She considers that her hometown. So when we were there, my daughter, my bride, and I had a chance to go see some of the major sites of Breaking Bad. We saw Walter White's house at 308 Arroyo Lane. Got a picture with that. We went to the A1A car wash, and as we're watching the series, Suzanne has pointed out all these different things that she knows exactly where they are. And we also went to Gardenia's where they shot one of the scenes. And it was cool. Really, really neat. It was taking pictures. We got some memorabilia for friends. But one of the takeaways I had from this, from these on-site visits is, these are real places. And we're watching this series, and yes, there's a lot that's reprehensible about it. Things that you don't want to see. But as a Christian, I do not want to avoid. I don't want to, maybe ministering to my belly, but have no idea what's going on. Again, there's a balance between be careful otherwise what you see and being in the world, not of it. But the takeaway I had on my visit, and even now as I prepared this devotion, is this: in Breaking Bad, there are so many people going after things that don't last. Obviously, ostensibly, drugs, that is a major one, but money, and even more so power. And all these things that just do not last. These are idols. And I don't want to read too much into Breaking Bad, but boy, a lot of times these dramas are very close to our lives, aren't they? We may not be living that dangerous life like that, but really, as we think about it, when we cling to idols, it may not be drugs or money or power, but maybe it's our position or our health or our job, or even who we are, the physical strength that we have. Whenever we're clinging to those things and not clinging to Christ, that's an idol. That's something that comes between us and God. We may not be bowing down to Asherah poles or worshiping the Baals as they did in antiquity, in Jewish antiquity, but we can very easily cling to idols. And that's just a check for us to say, hey, God, and that's actually an encouragement and a challenge I give to all of us now is, God, show me my idols in my life. Show me the idols in my life that have come in front of you. That maybe I'm relying on my bank account more than relying on you. And if my bank account's okay, then my faith can be in you. No. It's just the opposite way. My faith can be in you regardless of what happens to my bank account, regardless of what happens to my health, regardless of what happens to anything. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Jesus, and he will direct your paths. Proverbs 3:5-6. Father, thank you for the lessons you teach us, even through difficult times, in your name. Amen.